Hi guys, today I'm going to bring you 5 of my best proven natural tips to prevent fleas and ticks on dogs. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so if you've ever owned a dog, I'm sure you've had fleas and ticks, and if you haven't, you're probably going to get them eventually because they're inevitable. But my number one tip is, the reason why I'm putting it at number 1 is because it actually will kill the fleas, and it'll kill ticks too. It takes a little longer with ticks, but it will kill fleas for sure real fast. Is Diatomaceous Earth. And Diatomaceous Earth is it's fossilized diatoms. You can buy it just about anywhere, farm stores and your garden store or anything. Just make sure that it's 100% food grade and nothing else but food grade. I add in here, you can see I've added powdered lemongrass, powdered rosemary, and powdered neem. And this is what I sell in my store. I have thousands of customers who absolutely just love that stuff. It is messy. That's one of the problems with it. You have to dust your dog every day, or at least a couple times a week, and get the dust all over them and everything. There's a lot of controversy about how it's safety and everything, but people are confusing the food grade with pool or industrial grade. And industrial grade is very coarse, and breathing that could really hurt your lungs, where food grade is very safe. You wouldn't want to dust your dog's face and just have them breathing it, everything. You want to do it outside and be careful and everything, but it's like dusting them with dust. It's not or baby powder or anything else like that. You just wouldn't want them to breathe a ton of it. So you be careful when you do it. You can put this in your carpets. You can put it all around your yard, and anytime you bathe your dog or it rains or anything, you have to reapply it. And it will kill the fleas in 24 hours. It dries them out, and it'll kill ticks in about 48 hours. It takes a little longer because their exoskeletons are a lot, thicker. But it's the way it has to break their life cycle is all the fleas, the hatching, babies and everything, are going to have to crawl through it. So you have to get it everywhere. Make sure you've got it, everywhere that fleas could crawl through it, in the dog's bedding, in your carpets, in wherever you can put it. Now, if that's not for you and you're just trying to repel the fleas, then my second tip is going to be essential oils. And essential oils are amazing, but they do not kill fleas. They will if you were to get the oil right directly on the flea. It would probably kill them, but that more than likely they're going to crawl through a very diluted part of it, and it won't kill them. It'll drive them off your dog though. They will not want to be on your dog if you've got essential oils on your dog. And the way I do that, I have made several different things. I first started making just a flea and tick spray. And this works great. It just doesn't last very long. It's great for if you're going out on a walk and you don't want to pick up a flea or tick, or you're going camping, you can take it with you, but if you spray your dog, you'd have to spray every day, when they go out to go to the bathroom and everything like that, because the next day it's you can still smell it on them, but it's not as strong as it needs to be. But it's excellent to have. I have it on hand all the time for my dogs. I have 8 dogs, and it works great. But in this blend here, I started out with hemp oil, and that's the oil that I use for the carrier oil. It's great for their coat. It's the only reason I started with hemp oil. Clove, cedarwood, cinnamon oil, peppermint oil, and neem oil. Cedarwood is amazing by itself as a flea repellent. It's the best stuff ever. I've since started making a pour on, you drip it on their back like this kind of oil, just rub it into their shoulder blades. But these are expensive, you know, like if you buy even the natural pour-ons, the chemical ones are absolutely horrible and expensive. And at one time I used to use those and I just cringe thinking about, oh. But the way I've started with this one is I start with MCT oil. You can buy this at Walmart, even in the cooking section. I like the MCT coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, because it is such a light scent that the essential oils can really stand out in it. And if you use olive oil or something like that, it's a lot denser and heavier and kind of covers up the essential oil. So I prefer coconut oil. And in this blend, I am using rosemary, lemongrass, peppermint, and cedarwood. And I've chosen just those 4 oils. I think they're easier for the dog to assimilate into their system. And they're very safe essential oils for the dogs. And they won't burn their skin. I haven't added cinnamon or clove or anything like that. You probably could, and it wouldn't burn if you keep it in the carrier oil and dilute it really good. But I'm just sticking with these 4 right now, and it really seems to be working great. Another thing I made and have been selling for several years in my store, and I made this originally for humans, is we had, here in Oklahoma, we had like 14 days of solid rain every day, which we're not used to, and we had mosquitoes like I have never seen in my life. And I had farmers just lined up out there, make me something, because they didn't want to use DEET, or maybe, I don't even know, maybe they were using it and it wasn't working. But I started making this, and it has eucalyptus oil, lavender, lemon, which eucalyptus and lemon have been studied and compared to DEET, and it is as good as DEET. So those 2 are real strong in here: lavender, myrrh, citronella, neem, and tea tree. And this stuff is amazing. I always put this on out before I go and mow and stuff like that, and I don't get bit at all. And anyways, I started putting it on the dogs, and this lasts really long. It lasts at least 5 days on their coat, and it does melt and kind of get into their skin. It's not as much as like pouring the oil on them. That's why I've used more essential oils and stuff on them. I don't put it directly on their skin, like here or anything. I just put it on the actual coat in places. It's great for dogs that are outside a lot, that have the ears, get fly bites and everything. It's excellent for that. Definitely a good thing to use. And another thing you can do with essential oils, now this is castile soap with peppermint in it, and this is great for bathing your dog in, but you can make your own. You could use any natural soap that you want to start with, or just plain castile soap, and you could add a few drops of cedarwood, rosemary, lemongrass, peppermint. You could add it all. You could just do the peppermint. I mean, that's amazing. Definitely a good thing to do. I make a bar soap I sell in my shop, and this has geranium and peppermint, cedarwood, lemongrass. It's got all the essential oils in it, and this is really great. People love it. If you have fleas and you wash your dog with it, all the fleas are dead, but that's mostly because of the pH in the soap. Any soap will kill fleas because the pH is it's so alkaline that they can't live in that, and so they die. It's probably why Dawn dishwashing liquid works so well, is because the pH is really high in that. But yeah, that and the essential oils is second, but my third one is diet. And diet is huge at prevention for dogs. I feed my dogs a lot of garlic, and they don't eat a lot of corn products, like, they don't eat kibble with corn. They eat a lot of grain-free, if they eat any kibble at all, which is usually just a snack. They mostly have, cooked chicken and vegetables and things like that. And the way I cook for my dogs, I have videos on that, and I'll link that down in the description box below. But Garlic is huge, and then B vitamins. B1 thiamine, if I take that all summer long, I don't not get one. I'm a mosquito magnet if I don't take it. So I try to get my dogs a lot of B vitamins. A lot of raw eggs have B vitamins. And I think you can buy on Chewy and places like that B vitamin supplements for your dogs. I'm going to look into that. I do make a flea-free, it's kind of like my dewormer, but it has MSM, which is a sulfur, and it has garlic and brewer's yeast in it. And brewer's yeast is high in B vitamins. And feeding that every day, it really seems to make your dog totally unappealing to mosquitoes and fleas and ticks and everything like that. And that's a daily feed. And you can feed brewer's yeast, but the only thing is it's not good to feed to a dog that's already super yeasty. You're going to want to make sure that your dog doesn't have any ear issues or chewing on his paws or anything like that, because those are things that those are signs that your dog has overgrowth of yeast. What do you think? Huh? But my fourth one is keeping everything clean. You've got, of course, that's like a no-brainer, but I think people overlook that one. Not only do you have to mow, and, keep everything picked up, mostly for ticks on those, but I mean, fleas like that too. Fleas don't breed on your dog. They actually jump off the dog and breed either in the grasses or in the houses. They go into the bedding, into the carpets and rugs, especially your dog's bedding, all in. So picking up the dog's bedding continually and washing the bedding is you will kill so many flea eggs and everything. And you'd want to put your Diatomaceous Earth down really, really good all over the carpet and all over the bedding. And after you've washed, you can put it down. And I mean, you're just trying to break the flea's life cycle. And it takes about 14 days from the time it's laid its eggs to that baby's out crawling around and getting into all the things that you're doing, so you've got to stick with it. And if you have humidity, this is going to take a little longer, so that because it dries them out. And if it's humid, they're going to be able to hang around a little longer. It will eventually kill them, even in humidity. I've done it. So got to stick with that and just keep putting it around. Keeping your dog clean. You don't want to over bathe them, and you want to let stuff work, but you do want to keep them bathed. So, if they get out into the mud or whatever and you've got to bathe them, that's fine, but either put your essential oils back on. I wouldn't recommend dripping the oil on their back more than once a week. And that's what I'm doing for mine right now. But the spray can be done every day. It can be done along with the oil, and the same thing with all of them can be done at the same time. This makes your dog's coat a little oily, and it does. I mean, it's not too bad after about 6 hours. It seems to have really sunk in and everything. So I do this more if we're really going to be outside for a long time or something like that. This is more potent, definitely. And bathe them about once a week if you can. But that, and then my fifth one is going to be grow peppermint. Put peppermint everywhere if you can. Try to if you can plant it around your house. It's very safe for the pets. They don't want to eat it. Nothing really wants to eat it. You shouldn't have too many bugs trying to eat it. It'll repel spiders, ants, everything. I can't grow enough peppermint. I put it everywhere. And then it's also great. Not only is it going to repel a lot of of the bugs and the fleas and ticks, but you can clip it off, throw it in a pot and boil it, and then cool it and put it in distilled water and boil it, and then you stick it in a sprayer, and you can spray it on your dog. You can use it as a rinse. You can spray it around your yard. You can spray it around your house. You can spray it directly on your plants if you're having any kind of pest issue on your plants. Peppermint's amazing stuff. It's another thing that's totally underlooked at for combating fleas and ticks. But yeah, and my dogs actually really like the smell of it. It does smell good, huh? Yes, Cookie says it smells wonderful. But those are my 5 tips. Being really proactive at keeping your fleas and ticks at bay is the best way through the summer. It's taken me years, and I've even fought stick-type fleas with my chickens, and oh my gosh, were they hard. If you do this stuff, it's very easy just to go down to the vet and get the chemical wormer or chemical flea preventive stuff, the oil, and drip it on their back. But when it says on there that do not get it on you and this, that, and the other, if I can't get it on me, I sure as heck don't want to put it on my babies, like I don't understand that. And I used to do that. I don't know what, now I think about it and I just cringe. So if it's not something I can use myself, I sure as heck don't want to put it on my animals. And this takes a little bit more work doing it this way, but it's really not that hard. And once you kind of get in the habit of just always being aware and doing that, and just part of your cleaning and everything, it's amazing. And there is one more thing I haven't talked about, and I like, but I don't use it as often as I do these things, and that is apple cider vinegar. And a lot of people do know about that. My dogs will not drink their water if it's in their water, but I know a lot of people who put it in their water, and just a capful, You can also add it to the peppermint spray and spritz it around, and everything. It is excellent. But it's something that my dogs don't really care for. They won't drink it, and my chickens won't drink. None of my animals like apple cider vinegar. I don't know if I just need to get them used to it or what, but they don't like it. But I do use it, and I've used it around. You can use it you can wash the pet's bedding in it and everything. Just pour a cup into the washer with it, and I mean, all that stuff. Research, there are so many things you can use natural to get rid of fleas and ticks. These are just a few. These are just my 5 most favorite things to do. Diatomaceous earth, diet, cleaning, and essential oils and plants. Geranium is another great one. Geranium, you can have those around your garden and stuff. Those are really safe for the pets too. Peppermint's my number 1. That's the one I love the most. And you can get all different types of peppermint. You can get chocolate mint, you can get pineapple mint, lemon mint. There's so many different mints. You can experiment and play with it and everything. But all of the mints, the fleas don't like. And ticks don't like them either. I had a pecan tree full of ticks, and finally planting peppermint like grass all the way around them has deterred them. It took forever. But that's my 5 tips. If you have any questions or you have any great tips that you have on flea prevention, put it down in the comments. We can all learn from each other. I swear, getting all this information out there knowledge is just, it's great. And there's so many things I didn't know about for years, and I'm just still learning. I mean, I started with this and went to this, and I've started this, and I mean, there's just so many great things, I seen at our farm store the other day, they had a sprayer thing that you hook onto your hose, and it was just orange oil and clove oil, I think, and a base of some kind of oil, and you can spray your whole yard with it. That was just the coolest thing. It was so expensive. If you had that sprayer, you could add your own orange oil, your own clove oil, and make it yourself, but because it was pretty expensive. And I understand they have packaging and all the cost of business, and everything. It's not like they're making this massive killing on it. It's just, it's expensive for businesses to get stuff out there. And you know, and if you're pressed on time and you got to grab that, which I have, that's great too, and support the businesses with natural stuff. But at times when you can make your own and save a little money, that's a great thing too. But anyways, I'm gonna have lots more videos coming, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this a like if you got any value out of it. I hope you did. And if you have any questions at all, you know, go ahead and you can put them down in the comments, or I'm going to try to do a live soon. I'm trying to figure out how to do all that, so that way I can just really interact with everyone, because I do get a lot of questions. Visit my store and look around. You can learn a lot of stuff there. You know, I have a website, I have an Etsy, and I have an eBay. Those are my main three. I do a lot of local and stuff like that too. I think Cookie fell asleep. They've been running around all morning. It's a beautiful day here in Oklahoma. We're nice and cool and no wind today. We've been so windy. But anyways, it was really good to visit with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.